Okay, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Final Fantasy XVI trailer, which was apparently debuted during the PS5 showcase event that happened yesterday. And for anyone wondering, I do apologize for not doing a live stream where we would, where we would usually react to it together. I would usually go live and we'd watch the actual live stream together, but I didn't do that because, in all honesty, I thought that this was just going to be another event where they would show a bunch of indie games that, in all honesty, I'm just not interested in. But considering the news, from what I heard, has been coming out of the PlayStation 5 showcase, it seems like maybe that was probably a mistake. So next time there's an event, I'm definitely going to go live, just in case, even if it turns out to be nothing. You never know. So for now, let's just go ahead and watch this trailer, because I have been looking forward to the next installment in the Final Fantasy game. Hopefully it's going to be better than Final Fantasy 15, because that game was, in all honesty, just a bit of a disappointment. So let's go ahead and watch this trailer, and then I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on it, as always. Considering this is the PS5 showcase, probably not a good idea to admit that what you're about to see was actually captured on a PC, not the actual PS5, because you definitely want to show what the PS5 is capable of. But yeah, okay. Well, I mean, at least they're actually admitting it, unlike Xbox, which tried to pass it off as if it was actually on the Xbox Series X, but it turns out it was all running on a PC. So, I mean, at least they're being upfront. So, okay.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant.
I just want to point something out real quick, and let me know in the comments if you guys noticed this. But for some reason, like, whenever you look at a game, especially a Square Enix game, it always has a certain look. Like, even with graphical improvements, okay, so for example, just look at what you're seeing right here. I mean, the second I looked at this, even if you didn't tell me that this was Final Fantasy 16 or if this was from Square Enix, just by looking at it, I can tell, oh yeah, this is a Square Enix game. I don't know what it is. It's like every company, every development company has its own sort of look, you know? And this, for some reason, like, just by looking at it, I can tell. Even if you didn't tell me, I would have been able to tell, even if it's not Final Fantasy, the next Final Fantasy, or just a installment in the Final Fantasy series, even if it's not 16, I'd be able to tell, oh yeah, this is definitely a Square Enix game. Just judging by the look, I can tell this is a Square Enix game, and they're probably using the same engine that that they used for Final Fantasy 15. I don't know if it's, I think it's the Luminous engine. Well, I mean, I'm just guessing. I could be wrong about that.
And only the dominant.
How do we even know the girl will be among them?
Our kind do not question orders, we follow them.
Okay, I can already tell voice acting could probably use a little bit of work. Also, nice to know they're riding chocobos.
Sergeant, they've summoned their icon.
Oh, some Titan.
That thing's a bloody mountain.
The Shiva.
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily.
Okay, so
This
I'm
will
guessing
be a
this is
bitter
when
fight.
they were young.
You should not
Yeah,
be
yeah.
out of doors.
That's.
We have
I'm
discussed
guessing that was the
this.
guy we saw at the beginning, just
Come,
in
Joshua.
the early days.
Your
See,
father
yeah,
will be
just look at this. This is a Square Enix game. I mean, come on.
expecting this.
I am Joshua's shield. I'm sworn to protect him.
Okay, so far, gameplay looks
What do you
nice.
mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your sword to our cause?
Oh, there's that demon from, or the monster from 15.
It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the Blight.
So, they sent in the Dragoons. Imperial Vipers. Do they really mean to invade us?
It's the Archduke's son.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's fantastic. Also, before we continue, I just want to say one thing that I really am looking forward to this game, or one reason why I'm looking forward to this game is because it seems like they've finally gone back to the actual fantasy in Final Fantasy, because in all honesty, I was getting kind of sick and tired of the, modern day fantasy. Like, it's fantasy, but it's always set in modern day. So you've got skyscrapers, you've got phones, you've got computers, you've got technology, and I just, like, that's fine. One of the reasons why I think we all love sci-fi, and one of the reasons why we love fantasy is because, like, it's not set during modern day. I mean, even sci-fi, even though they have technology that's, you can tell, like, it's far into the future. Like, technology probably a lot of us are never going to see in our lifetimes. I mean, of course we hope that we would be able to see that tech in our lifetimes, but most of the times, 9 times out of 10, we can tell, oh yeah, like, during our lifetimes we'll never be able to see this. We'll never see this technology being utilized in everyday life. But that's why we love sci-fi, is because we get to see it, even though we know we'll never see it in real life. We still get to see it in this medium, and especially in fantasy, because like they get to do things that we'll never have, like when it comes to magic, for example, and how magic is incorporated into the day-to-day lives of, just common, average, everyday people, not just certain special people. And I'm really happy that they're finally going back to fantasy instead of and they're moving away from the whole modern day fantasy, because in all honesty, I'm getting just sick and tired of it. It's one of the things that I didn't like about Final Fantasy 15, if I'm being honest. The fact that even though this world has magic in it, like, it's so reliant on modern day technology. Everywhere you went, every person you saw was all dressed in modern day clothes that you can see anyone wearing, and all you got to do is walk out the door and you'll probably see someone dressed like that. Or even if it's not right out your doorstep, all you got to do is go to any city and boom, you'll see it. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let's go back to this. That just looks awesome.
Second icon of fire. But that's impossible.
Well, apparently not, because you're seeing it happen in front of you. So it's technically now not impossible.
The legacy of the crystals. Has shaped our history. For long enough. I'll kill you. If it's the last thing I do.
Final Fantasy 16, is there anything more? Okay, so no, yeah, so that was Final Fantasy 16. That's the trailer. And again, like I said, this, probably out of all of the games, this is the second most, this is the like, there are 2 games in particular that I'm really hyped for. I feel like you guys, if you're watching this after the showcase, you'll be able to guess what game that is. But this is the other one. Like, I'm really looking forward to this game. It should be out. I don't think they put out a release date, did they? No. Okay, so there's no release date, but it is definitely coming. So we don't know when it is. Let's just hope it won't be in development hell like Final Fantasy 15 was. And like I'm sitting here wondering, you know, considering we know they're working on the part 2 of Final Fantasy VII, you know, the remake, I'm just sitting here wondering, like, so are there like 2 teams in Square Enix right now? One's working on part 2, whereas, which is probably the same team that worked on, you know, Final Fantasy VII remake, the original one that came out last year, or no, was it? No, it came out this year. Jesus Christ, it came out this year. I'm guessing. I'm just gonna assume that the same team is working on, you know, the part 2 that worked on part 1. So is there like another team that's working on this, or is this a game that they've been? I mean, of course they've probably been working on this for a while, and they only now felt comfortable, like actually announcing that yes, this is indeed happening and show us the trailer. Although we do remember what happened with Final Fantasy VII remake. We all know that they. I think even some people behind the scenes have mentioned that yeah, we released the trailer too early, and I think they even mentioned that even Nomura himself didn't even know that he was working on the project, like until like he saw the trailer at E3 2015, which by the way I'm hoping isn't the case for this. I'm hoping that they're already far into production when it comes to this. That they're probably close to finishing the game to the point where they feel comfortable actually showing a trailer and officially making the announcement of yeah, this game is coming. Although the fact that there's no release date worries me, because Final Fantasy VII Remake didn't have a release date when it was first announced, and we all ended up waiting God knows how long. 5 years where we got absolutely nothing before and then we finally got something. In I think it was 2019, we finally got something, and then in 2020 we officially got the game. I'm just hoping it's not going to be the case when it comes to this game. Alright, so I'm just going to end this video right here, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are, as always, in the comments. Let me know what you think about the trailer. What do you think about the game? Are you excited? Are you not excited? Do you think this game's going to be in development hell like Final Fantasy 15 was? Let's hope not. Let's hope that this is a 2021 or 2022 game at the most. Again, here's hoping, because I really don't want to wait long before we finally get this game. And when it does get the game, I am going to be streaming it here live on this channel. So with all of that said and out of the way, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, just remember to leave the thumbs up, share this video on whatever social media platform you use, and please make sure to hit the subscribe button if you aren't a subscriber already. I hope that this video has earned your subscription. And also, if you are subscribed but if you've been unsubscribed, please make sure to check and see that you are still subscribed, because I know for a fact that YouTube unsubscribes people without letting them know. So please make sure to check and see that you are still subscribed. So with all that said and out of the way, thank you again so much, and please join me for my next video. Bye.